Hey everybody, it's Greg from Park Journey here. Hope you're all doing well. We're here for a new update from Magic Mountain. I'm not going to do an intro to this video. You all know what I look like at this point, and nobody needs to see that anyway. But we're going to start out here in a spot that we haven't really covered too much, and that is the new solar panels at the park. As you can see, the third parking lot section right outside of Scream is getting pretty close to being done. Actually, they were in the process of actually installing solar panels while I was there today, right after I rode Scream for the first time this year. So you can kind of get a look at it there. And just so you know, the Flash is still sitting underneath the Cobra roll for Scream. Not sure what or if anything is going to happen with it. It's been sitting out there for 2 years now. Has it been 2 years? Maybe a little more. So I don't expect it coming back anytime soon. Heading back into the regular part of the park, here you can see they are getting ready for Scream Break, which starts on March 22nd. We will be there at some point, opening weekend, probably the 23rd. We do have an event at Legoland on the 22nd in the morning, so probably the 23rd. Nothing really going on yet in DC Universe as far as Scream Break prep yet. And moving over, Crazy has been getting some work done. There is a crane to the left there. You can't really see it over the wall. But it looked like they were actually getting the motor was getting replaced. From some pics I saw earlier this week or late last week. I don't remember who posted them, or else I would give you a shout out. One thing I did notice though, and it could just be me, could just be because the hill is so green right now, but it looks a lot more clear. You can see more all the way underneath into Superman. As you know, basically on the other side of this, of Crazy right there, they are working on removing, or they did remove the Golden Bear Theater. So that is literally right on the other side of the hill right there. So I'm not sure. I don't think anything is going on right there, but like I said, it could just be because it's green. And part of Scream Break this year is going to be the Saw X maze. So be interested to see if they make any changes on it or if it's just the same. But looking back at the hill there, again, it just looks a lot more clean. It could just be all the greenery underneath. I fully admit that. Moving on to the other side of the park, X2 has been getting a refurb. The chain was being actively replaced as I was visiting today. No other word on what's coming as far as train refurbs. I did hear that one of the trains was taken apart and getting some work done. There were some rumors going around that all of the effects were coming back and this and that, and there was really no truth to that. So I don't know if it's just a chain and just a standard refurb, but hopefully it'll be back open in the very near future for those that enjoy X2. I am not one of them, but I'll give it my yearly courtesy right at some point this year. And then from the other side of the park, you can see they were actively working on the lift hill today. So there's the crane, and you can see whatever it is being lowered down to the workers there at the top of the lift hill. So moving on, the Golden Bear Theater is completely gone for the most part. All that's left is really the stairs and the seating, or where the seats were, all of the concrete. So as I was mentioning, on the other side of the hill right there, you can see Superman, and you can see kind of the underneath of Superman. That is right on the other side of that is Crazy. So those two parts of the hill kind of connect there. So I don't know what's going on. I don't have any idea. I will say on both sides of the theater, on the hills on both sides, there are markers, or survey markers, on each side. So I don't know if that means anything. Could just be for indicating where power is, or water, pipes are, or things like that. So it might just be for the workers to basically say, don't dig here. So obviously at this point we have absolutely no idea what's going on here. No idea what's coming. Lots of rumors. And it's funny, I'm looking at the space now. I was kind of thinking if Full Throttle wasn't right there, you know what would fit perfectly in the spot would be one of the Premier Spaghetti Bowl coasters. Obviously, I don't think the park needs a third Premier launch coaster, even though I love them. But I think Full Throttle and West Coast Racers are probably enough Premier launch coasters for one park. The iconic sign is also gone, unfortunately. You can see there. But it's a pretty big spot. You know, it's sometimes it was hard to kind of see, you know, all the room that's back there on the hill. But once the theater is gone, you can see there's quite a bit of space here. So definitely room for a station of something or an entire ride, depending on what it is. I looked elsewhere on the hill on both sides, and I didn't see any other survey markers anywhere else. Other than here on this hill, you can see a few right there on the right side of that black pole there. You can see some survey markers right above where that concrete is. And then on the left side of the hill, there is also some survey markers. But the walls extend basically from Full Throttle all the way to Pistachio Park. Does not include Pistachio Park, but the walls go all the way over to that direction. And we'll just continue our walk down towards Goliath. Show you the rest of the construction. And you can see in the trees there's some prep for spring breaks. The chandeliers that they had out there last year, this was kind of like I think it was a vampire prom type spot. So, and then walking the other way, just to take an opposite view of the theater. So I'm assuming at some point, whatever it is they're doing, once they announce it, will be plastered on this wall here. That is completely black now. It'll also be interesting to see where they put some of the Flavors of the World stuff this year. If you remember last year, this spot basically had a lot of the Flavors of the World booths. I did not see any of the booths getting set up, and here's a look zooming in on the other hill. You may be able to see the markers there. Again, not sure if they're anything other than just, you know, don't dig here. It's been a while since we looked at the merchandise, so some nice new coaster shirts. So here is a Twisted Colossus shirt, X2, and West Coast Racers, and Full Throttle. So you got your two premieres. Goliath. And I thought this might be the Magic Mountain Trolls, but they're not. But that's a really cool shirt, X2, with the little troll guy. And also Goliath. I wish there was a Twisted Colossus one. I'm not a big coaster shirt person, but I might actually buy it. If it was the actual, you know, Magic Mountain Troll. It also looks like they're getting more into different color shirts, pastels, for those that prefer those colors. So if you're not just, you know, one wear black all the time, it looks like they're kind of branching out a little bit. Some really nice designs here. And I really like this kind of understated design too. It's kind of nice. More of the pastel. And I like as well that it's branded, a lot of it is branded to Magic Mountain specifically, not just Six Flags. I think that really makes a difference. And they're still working on this coaster, one of the coaster murals here outside, heading up the hill to Viper, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And it looked like the stairs here got some paint and cleaning up, or at least the rails for the stairs. It was kind of nice to see just a small little update there. Despite a lot of rumors, doesn't look like anything is going on with the Sky Tower. Last we heard, about 7-8 years ago, it would cost about $3 million to get this up to code. So I don't anticipate it ever reopening, to be honest, for guests. And then moving down, looks like they're still doing some work on the cement outside of Superman. So it is completely closed now. I actually haven't ridden Superman in almost 2 years, so I'm hoping it opens at some point soon. I'd like to get a couple rides on it. Alright everybody, that's going to wrap it up for our Six Flags Magic Mountain update. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe and we'll talk to you soon.